Welcome back to another Gentleman's Briefly. These are episodes where we kind of talk about other things that we don't normally talk about on the normal feed. I am Jordan. I'm one of your hosts. I guess if you listen to the regular podcast, you know my voice. And today I am joined by the Jedi Master himself, David.
May the force be with you, good sir.
So if you listen to our regular feed, you know David is the master when it comes to all things Star Wars. But today is a little bit different. We are going to be talking about some anime, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 1. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about this.
It was an amazing episode, man. Oh my gosh. I had my eyes glued wide open the entire time, watching every detail. I love the animation style of the series.
Yeah, I agree. But before we start this, for people who don't know, I mean, David, you enjoy anime. Tell me where it began for you. Where did you first find out about anime?
Oh, just about as every other black kid in America started, Toonami on
Oh
Saturday
yeah.
night. Yep, good old Tom in the space station showing us Inuyasha, the original DBZ, OG Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean,
Oh,
Big
one of my
O,
favorites.
you name it. Oh my gosh. Gundam. Gundam was another one that like a throwback of throwbacks. Um, I, what do you
See,
call it?
I
Hmm?
was I could never really get into Gundam like that. Like I don't know what it was
What?
about. I just was never a Gundam fan. Like I want to be because I see so many people talk about it, but it's kind of overwhelming because there's so many different seasons of Gundam, and I know not all of them like connect, and so that's almost like overwhelming for me trying to hop on one of these random ones. And yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, for like so back in the day, I think it Mobile G Fighter Gundam
hmm
was one to watch. And like for those that are listening, y'all remember the rising, burning finger, like the whole monologue, and he just reaches a big red hand out there and obliterates everything in his path. I love it. But you're right though. Gundam has no flow, it's got no ebb. It's probably one of the OG space operas out there because that's what it's considered. It's a space opera
Oh
for the
really?
most part.
I had no idea. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Gundam was originally a space opera. So, and honestly, which is crazy, if you look at some of the older videos, it's so much more brutal than anime we have today.
Really?
I saw a TikTok and it played some old scenes, and people were you saw blood, eyeballs, you saw everything, just a
Oh
big
dang, they weren't
obliteration.
playing no games.
And we're playing no games back in the day. But yeah, that's where it started for me. I've been a diehard. I watch anime every day.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, constant rotation every day.
Yeah, I do like that it's way more acceptable now. And I will say, like, every black kid I know, the hood niggas, like anybody, they love DBZ. So, like, that's the one of the ones you can connect with anybody with. People love DBZ.
Oh, 100%.
So, okay. So, let me ask you now, what are some of your favorite shows now? Like, what's on your watch list? What are you watching? Because I got some stuff that I'm watching as well.
Man, honestly, the list is hella long. Uh, right now, I'm waiting. I just finished Overlord. Overlord is
I
one of
know
my
that
favorite
one.
art series. I'm a big isekai fan, so
hmm
any type of reincarnation, anything, I'm gonna watch it. Even if it's slice of life, I'm gonna watch it just because I love that overpowered main character energy. Love that. Just finished for like the fourth time. One Punch Man, who is my favorite anime character of
Oh,
all.
dude, One Punch Man is so great. It's so funny too. That's what I really like about it. It's so funny.
It is hilarious. The most basic of basics attacks from a completely oblivious main character. Like I love it. He's so strong. He's bored.
Yeah,
I,
and I love the animation style. Anytime you see like Genos on the screen, he's like going all super hard, and then you just see One Punch Man just like, let me do this little light punch right quick.
In his face, I love how like they de-animate him and make him completely 2D
Oh
flat.
yeah,
Like, I crack up. I'm dying laughing.
yeah. Actually,
Everybody's
I love that when anime do like you'll be watching like a super serious anime, and then they just do like that super random anime face, and it's like
Mhm.
it's almost like a 2D style. Yeah,
Yep,
I enjoy that a lot. Yeah.
complete.
What else are you watching?
Let's see. I am caught all the way up on One Piece. So
Oh
for
man,
Yeah, man. I started COVID 2020,
yeah.
episode one of One Piece and caught all the way up, all 1,000. I had nothing to do, clearly. I watched all 1,000 something episodes all the way up to Wano. I, and two, I'll tell you this, people that haven't watched One Punch Man, not One Punch, One Piece, if you
Yeah.
haven't watched One Piece in 3 weeks or 2 weeks at the end of the month, I think it's the 27th of July is when they're expecting it. When Luffy gets his final form, quote unquote final form, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a cinematic masterpiece. If you don't watch anything, you need to watch that
See,
episode.
I haven't watched One Piece, and I got a boy, my boy Jermaine is always trying to put me on the One Piece. I'm just like, bro, I can't do it. There's so many other anime out here. I don't know if I can spend time watching, 1,000+ episodes. I might play the games, maybe just to catch up with the story. That'll probably be the best thing for me because I don't know if I can do, all those episodes.
I mean, they have some fillers, but for the most part, most all of One Piece is all canon. It just flows straight solid through. You need a little bit of everything to get through it. But what about you,
Yeah.
man? What do you?
So I'm big into shonen. Like I love me some shonen. So like Hell's Paradise just recently ended. Love
Oh,
that one.
that was
Yeah,
so.
love that one. I'm watching what is that? Oh God. I watch My Hero Academia, of course. Big Super My Hero fan. Jujutsu Kaisen. Uh, Heavenly. Another show that I'm currently watching now is Heavenly Delusion. It's actually it's a Hulu original, and that one's kind of more of it's kind of more of a mystery. I want to say because like I'm only 8 episodes in. I think it's 13 episodes, and I'm still trying to figure out kind of what's going on. But yeah, it's called Heavenly Delusion, and I mean it's pretty mature, and so I've been really enjoying that one so far.
I'm gonna have to check it out. It looks. Oh, I think I've seen this on TikTok before. Sorry, y'all. I just looked it up online real quick. I these two characters, the redhead girl and the young guy with like whitish
Right,
hair, and they
right,
love white hair. That's got to be a trope of some kind.
yeah, it gotta
Overpowered
be.
white hair. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. I've seen a
Yeah,
couple.
I've been really enjoying it. And then I recently just discovered this new show. It's called MASH, Magic and Muscles. I just
Oh,
added it to my list, and it looks like a cross between like Harry Potter and something else. Cause like,
I'm 4 episodes in,
oh,
and
okay,
you're not gonna be disappointed. If I could pull up my Crunchyroll right now, I could read off 20 different anime. I got a rotation on my list.
oh
Anytime there's a
yeah,
new episode, I'm in there.
yeah,
MASH, you're gonna love. It's Harry Potter meets a boxer meets. It's good. It is really story wise, it's good. Animation, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. But story wise, you're gonna love it. It's got that funny One Punch Man. Think of it that way. Think of
okay.
it just like One Punch Man. You got your magic, you got your action, and then you got a character that's just plain face, not giving a single damn because he's too strong.
Yeah, I came across it. I'm a big toy collector, and they recently announced an action figure for the main character, and I was like, he looks kind of cool. And so I was like, I looked at what he's from. I was like, oh, I've run across this. So I was like, let me go ahead and just check this out. So I just added it to the list recently, and yeah, so that's probably gonna be after I finish Heavenly Delusion. That would be my next one that I'll watch.
I think I'm gonna drop a list in our Facebook page of all
Yeah.
the anime I got on stream right now, and just keep a consistent list. That way,
You,
we should all drop our list actually.
you actually that's good. That's good. I was gonna say that's a good idea. And also I use my anime list. I've been trying to update that. So it's a website, my anime list, where it keeps track of all the anime you've seen. You can either put you're currently watching, finish, you can rate everything, and other people are out there rating. And so I've been
What?
trying to slowly go through and like update my list. So
Let me get a
yeah.
pen. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
my
anime.
anime list. Yeah, and then you can also share with other people, and like it's been really good, like seeing other people's lists as well.
Yeah,
So
there's a bunch of anime out there. It is impossible to watch everything. You couldn't watch every episode of every anime in existence. I mean, you die before you caught up with
yeah,
everything.
let me ask you this: when do you drop an anime? Because before for me, I drop an anime if I don't enjoy the first arc, and I do that with comics as well. If you can't draw me in within your first arc, then I'm done. Like I'll give you a solid like 6 to 8 episodes, and normally if you can't get me by then, I'm gonna probably be out.
I'm not gonna lie. I give it 2 episodes.
Two, oh
You've got
man,
the first two to hook me. Once you hook me, I'm solid. But I say that. There's been some that have lost me like later on towards the end of the season. Like, oh, you just completely fell off.
yeah,
But for the
that's
most
Seven Deadly
part,
Sins.
yeah, wait.
The most recent season, not
Oh
like the
yeah, okay.
beginning stuff. Like yeah, more of the recent seasons.
Well, that seems to be a trend with most anime. They can't keep the same fire that they ever have when they first drop it, and like
Yeah,
that explosion is there. Now that doesn't count for Naruto and Naruto Shippuden because they keep that same energy the entire way
the
through.
entire time. I
Like
say a lot
that,
of shows need that Shippuden treatment. Like a lot of
correct.
shows do.
Yeah, they need it. They definitely need a Shippuden treatment. I'm hoping Jujutsu Kaisen shows it with that same energy they did in the first. Honestly,
Yeah.
the fight scenes need to carry over because like that animation style. I knew I made fun of it earlier. I think on our Facebook page, the Flash when he runs.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and see. But the way they run in anime, especially in Jujutsu Kaisen, it looks so realistic to me. Like I don't know why it looks more realistic than the Flash does in real life.
Yeah,
That's a human running. But
yeah, that's
yeah.
true. That's
Mhm.
true. But that is an actual great segue. Let's get to talking about the episode. I won't do any recaps. I'll leave Spencer to do all the recaps, but we'll just kind of talk about the episode in general. So what did you think about the episode? This episode 1 for season 2, and spoiler alert for season 1 and the Jujutsu Kaisen movie Zero. So if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, you shouldn't be on this episode anyway. This season 2.
Official spoiler.
Yeah,
So for me, I'm not a huge. I'll just go on the record and say I'm not a huge fan of uh prequel arcs.
yeah,
It's not something that sticks out to me very well. Like if they did Dragon Ball Z and all of a sudden came out with Dragon Ball, I'd be
yeah,
like, I don't know if I want all that backstory. But for Jujutsu Kaisen, it's a little different because even though we're going back in time and we're plugging in some holes that honestly, there were like one or two questions from season one that I wanted to know, and there
yeah.
I plug it. But for the most part, it's going to show characters that aren't going to be super relevant whenever the story catches back up. I don't feel. I think we're going to see some characters show up and then die because Shonen's pretty good at throwing those characters and then taking them
It's
away.
it's interesting you said that because I read the manga and I know what's going on this season. So I like to hear what you think is going what's going
Oh, you
on.
got the. I'm talking to the man with the
Yeah,
answers.
yeah, I'm completely caught up. I know everything is going on. Like that's why I'm excited to see like what other people will think about this.
Oh man, well then I gotta know. Is everybody making it?
I mean, I don't I can't spoil. I can't that's too much of a
Uh,
spoiler. I can't spoil it.
okay.
Not on air.
From what I saw, from what I saw, I was a huge fan. Hey, I got caught up.
Yeah, I would say for people who kind of don't know what's going on, hopefully you watch the episode. This first arc is going to focus on Suguru Geto and Gojo's relationship, and you kind of start to see where these two characters come from, and you also see where they kind of start to go separate ways. Because in the movie Zero, we see at the end of that Gojo kills Geto, and for them to be best friends, we have to know how they got to that point.
Correct. And in movie Zero, what was great about that one is that you start off seeing that Gojo is essentially the polar opposite personality of what we know him to be in season one
Yeah.
and in later parts of the movie. So I'm hoping season two plugs in that gap. So for those that haven't seen movie Zero, Gojo is essentially our anti-hero. He is all powerful. He knows he's all powerful. He thinks humans are pretty much a waste of space. I mean, that's
He
pretty much
really
the
do.
I was getting. So
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that's exactly what it is.
I think that I'm actually looking forward to his character development because there's got to be, you know how anime works. Somebody dies, somebody mama live they don't need to be living. Like somebody says something to trigger an events that do a polar opposite. Normally it's
Yeah,
death. Somebody got to die, but
yeah,
I'm hoping that they fill in that hole because the way they set up movie Zero, I was kind of taken aback by like, is this the same person I've been watching this whole time?
yeah. I mean, it's completely funny just seeing like how opposite they really is from season 1 to movie Zero, and even in this beginning first arc of season 2, it's like these are completely different characters. And plus, this is a young Gojo, so he doesn't completely know like how to fully use his jutsu or his powers. Like he's still learning. Like in season 1, he's fully mastered, but in movie Zero, he's still learning. And this beginning arc, he is still learning, which is why I really love this first episode.
It's funny that you say that because if you take movie Zero for like I guess when they're meeting with the elders, even with him not master, they still fear him. So that just
Yeah,
tells you how powerful he is, inexperienced. They still got a lot of respect for that Gojo family and him specifically. So even
yeah,
with his powers not mastered, which in the later fight scenes, I think he's kicking a lot of ass. Oh my
yeah, he
gosh!
is.
But the people are still like, he's all powerful. He ain't there yet, but he's still the strongest out of all of us. So that says something about the sorcerer world.
Yeah. What's one of the scenes that kind of really stuck out to me too in this first episode is the scene where they're in the gym. So Geto and Gojo are talking, and like Gojo's like, "Why should I care about humans?" Like, so they're in the first episode. We see that they're sent to protect um this young girl, and she is going to be the future host of this character that we have not seen yet. But their job is to protect her. And Gojo is telling him like, I don't understand why we have to protect these weak humans. And Geto's like, no, if we are the strong, we need to protect the weak. And Gojo has to decide like, no, the weak need to die, basically.
Yeah, essentially the going theme is I'm strong, you're weak, you shouldn't even exist. Honestly, you're just all cannon fodder. Which I was like, wait a minute, he ain't never spoken to that before. Like cannon
Yeah.
fodder. Wait a minute, he out here saving randoms for no reason. So it's a great dynamic to see. And then if you notice, because anime always works in threes, you got to have a big three somewhere. Their
Yeah.
third, I forget her name, but
It's Udahime, I think it is. Because I
is it
always see the
Uda?
word. I always see the word, and it looks like Utah for some reason at the beginning to me. But yeah, Udahime, which we also see in season 1 as well.
That's true. Yeah. So Udahime like runs out of the gym because she's like, oh, they're gonna fight. It's gonna get destructive.
Yeah.
And you rarely see her through a lot of this movie zero, which kind of surprises me because I know they're going to zero in on the main two protagonists and antagonists, but when you talk about a trio, again, I got to reference Naruto, Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura. You still see Sakura. I mean, she still makes cameo appearances. She's still a part of it. So I'm hoping that it gets utilized in the second season as like
Yeah.
a somewhat of a turning point because you see in the end she just kind of looks disappointed at the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
that's all I get is a disappointed vibe from her. Now,
It-
I had a question for you. Uh, when you were watching this, what
mhm.
was something that stood out to you that you hadn't seen before Jujutsu Kaisen that was like, oh, that's new? Like one of those moments.
I'm trying to think. Did I don't know if I had a moment like that. And I don't know if it's because I've already read through this. Um I don't know. Did you find something that stood out to you?
Yeah. So when they had the main build up, most of the time Gojo is like 5 steps ahead of everybody. Like he moves kind of obliviously, but he knows where all the pieces are. It's almost like he has
Yeah.
an omnipotence when it comes to his intelligence. But towards the end fight scene, when he went to one of the main areas expecting a big battle, or quote unquote expecting a big battle, it took him like maybe a solid minute of observation before he's like, old dude ain't showing up. I think we're in the wrong area. Let me go ahead
Yeah.
and send some distractions so I can wrap this up real quick. So it's surprising to me that he knows his friend very well, but it took him a minute to decide for between what he was going to do
Mhm.
and what he actually had planned. And for the other main character in the story, for as powerful as he is, and I'm sure we'll get to that. It's kind of wild to me that there was so much smoke and mirrors for one character.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I would like listen to you like talk about it. I'm excited to like see your wheels start to turn more as the season goes on and as it progresses. Because I mean, this first arc, I think the first 6 episodes is just going to be this flashback, and I'm telling you, they're going to introduce a character. It's I think it should be coming either this third episode. They're going to introduce a new character that I think people are going to love, and I think you were going to love the character as well. It's it's a really great character in my opinion.
Is,
I wish we can literally review every episode because this,
is he
this is going
pow-
to be really good.
is he powerful? Is he ultra powerful?
He is. He is. He is. He's powerful, and he gives these characters a run for their money.
Really?
Yeah, I am, and he actually connects to one of the characters we've already seen before. But I don't want to spoil anything for you. Um, I will say so when after they got into when they fought their first curse, and then like all the destruction and stuff was there, and they had a girl show up. I thought the girl was Kurosaki, Kurosaki. Is that her name? Kurogiri. I can't
Um,
remember the main girl name. I think it's Kurogiri,
about
Kurosaki.
Kaisen, the one with the blue hair, or
No, no, no. It was another girl, which I thought it was. I thought it was the girl that's always with Yuji and Megumi. I think it's Kirasaki. I don't know why I can't remember her name. But anyway, when I saw her, I thought it was her, but it was just like another character that Uruhime like had hugged.
yeah,
She just looked exactly like her. I had somebody ask me that recently. Was like, "Was that her?" And I was like, "No, no, that wasn't her. It's just I guess they just happened to look like."
makes sense. Makes sense. One of the
Um,
people I was like super excited to see was actually Utah because I think that I can't remember after like I'm rewatching season one, so I'm trying to see if I can get hints of it. But I thought Utah was mentioned somewhere in season one, being like
he
super powerful.
He was. So it's funny. I just had this conversation today with somebody. So in season 1, when Yuji kind of first meets the other upperclassmen, they mentioned that they have another classmate, but he's away on a special mission right now. And they were referring to Yuta. So they mentioned Yuta in season 1, but we actually don't see him until the movie.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And he is super powerful. My gosh, like I, you think well for sorcerers that are able to summon curses, sorry,
Yeah.
for sorcerers that are able to summon curses, which is already a special grade, which special grade for people that have never seen Jujutsu Kaisen is like top of the top. Like technically, I guess Goju would be a special grade sorcerer because
Right.
of his ability. But Yuta's special grade, I didn't know a curse could be so strong that it has other curses like, oh my god, what is this? This is cheating.
Yeah.
And you can see it all over their face, like, oh come on now, I'm supposed to be powerful, I'm supposed to be evil, and you have this thing in your pocket. What is this?
Yeah. Had
So
him shook. Oh man. I didn't even
should.
mention I enjoyed seeing Ghetto like he ate that curse.
Mm-hmm.
Like he turned into like a ball and you see him eat it. Like I was like, I like sometimes I randomly forget like what Ghetto's power is. And I forgot like he can take the curses and eat them. And then he talks about how people just think they don't know what curses taste like, but he knows and it just tastes like bad. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that's his thing. Like he can summon other curses.
All the curses
And
that he's
so
mm-hmm.
right.
Wonder like if in season one when we had Uji like swallow the finger, I wonder if Geto was alive and was good, if he could have just swallowed the finger and everything would have been
Oh,
fine.
I never even thought about that.
You know? So the only way to get the only way to survive that is like a 1 in a million chance where you're like a good host. But considering his
Right.
power, all absorbing curses, I I think he'd be a perfect match.
I didn't never even thought about that. That is a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Never even thought about that.
Because Itadori swallowed it just because he had to. Like, the man's about to die. That's the only reason he swallowed the finger. But if
Right.
Geto's experienced in it, like we could have had a whole new Jujutsu Kaisen in a different way.
Yeah. Man, Studio, I gotta mention Studio Mappa. Them boys gotta be getting paid because they make all
Oh,
anime they do look so beautiful. And they put out a lot of stuff. I just don't understand. Like, bro, they budget is like it gotta be crazy because they are coming out whatever they animate, it looks amazing.
it does.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it looks so
question:
good.
What other anime are you watching that you would replace that animation style with this one?
Um, let's see. Honestly, I would love how about if I treat this question like something that I've seen before, I would love to get. So yeah, if Yu Yu Hakusho kind of had this,
Ooh,
I'm a big Yu Yu Hakusho fan. If that animation style was like this, it would be perfect. I love that.
y'all heard it. We need a reboot.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. We really need that. I'll probably go with that. And man, there's some anime where I watch. I love the art style for like specifically for that. So like, have you seen Ranking of Kings, which
I
I talk
have.
about all the time?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I love that art style. Like I wouldn't change it. And like I'm trying to think what I even wanted Mappa to do that. I don't think so. I think it has like the unique art style for itself. I think Yu Yu Hakusho would probably be a big one for me. What about you? You got any?
Yeah, actually, I kind of want to see, and it's a great animation style. Don't get me wrong, for all the haters out there that probably be hating on me after this comment, but Hunter x Hunter, I would
Oh
love to
yeah.
see be animated in this style. Could you imagine the 1v1s in Hunter x Hunter with this animation style? I mean, just exchanging hands,
Yeah.
Dawn, Killer Will snapping necks. Oh, oh my gosh,
Oh
man.
yeah. And that's didn't the creator of Hunter x Hunter, didn't they did Yu Yu Hakusho too, right? Ain't that the same person?
I
I
think it
believe.
might be actually.
Yeah.
I think it
Uh,
might be.
I was I think so, but that's funny if that is the case. I
Two
would love
animation
that.
need an upgrade.
Yeah.
Which I think Hunter x Hunter's coming out with a new season. I think I heard that through the grapevine.
So I remember I know the writer came back, and then he ended up unfortunately having to leave again. But if they do choose to come out with another season, that would be perfect. Because I mean, I feel like they got enough to at least come out with one more season.
That
Um,
universe is so big, they haven't even scratched the surface.
yeah,
It was
I've seen a couple YouTube videos of like where it left off at and everything
right.
they talk about. So yeah, we're missing a lot.
Yeah, and like we haven't even got to the dark continent. We haven't gotten anywhere near any like the Chimera ants are literally ants in comparison to the dark continent. Like they're not
Yeah,
any powerful. So, and for those who watch Hunter x Hunter, that's Chimera ant can take out a continent. They're a continental level danger.
yeah. Because what's the final ant? What was his name again?
Miriam.
Yeah, Mira's like fighting against the old man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good. That was real good. Um, Let me ask you: do you have a, I guess, favorite character or a character that you really like in Jujutsu Kaisen? Like just in any of so far of what we've seen.
I hate to be a main character guy, but Itadori has got like that in episode one, and I said it just because I just got through watching it like maybe an hour or two ago. But just rewatching and taking it all in for a fresh time. Itadori is so OP'd without even cursed energy. It is just wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Casually setting world records while outpacing his track coach because he didn't want to go to track. I just,
Yeah.
what's the world record? Okay, I'll just throw farther than that. That's fine. Like,
They was shook too. They was shook.
completely shook. You even had one of the other sources like, man, this guy's super talented. And they name drop. Yeah, he does 50 meters in 3 seconds. You see his character just bug out completely out. Like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
huge fan of Itadori. I think even without the cursed finger, he'd be a problem. Like if there was someone ever just taught him without that, he'd be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I 100% agree. Like, I think he will be a problem. And man, I hate to sound like also real basic, but I really like Gojo. Like,
Yep.
I mean, his power set and just the things he can do is just crazy. Like, even if he didn't have all the six eyes that he has, yeah, it's called the six eyes.
Yeah, 6 eyes.
He still has the hand to hand combat that can go with it. Like, ain't nobody mess with him hand to hand, which is why I am super excited for this season 2, man. I'm telling you, this one, the biggest arc that you're going to see this season, after the flashback arc, is the Shibuya incident. Yeah, that is probably one of the biggest. It's one of the biggest arcs that Jujutsu Kaisen has, and it's also going to be the arc that I think a lot of people will. I think a lot of people be mad at. I think it's
Matt,
going to make a lot of people mad.
really?
Yeah, and I'm excited for once we actually get there, but I think it will make people mad.
Hmm.
I think the Shibuya incident. Yeah. So yeah, we are currently in the Gojo past arc, and then the next arc is the Shibuya arc.
The next arc is the Shibuya arc. Okay. Question: what do you think about the bad guys in this one? Like Miguel, who they recruited out of a complete different country, and his abilities with his cursed whip or rope or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was cool. Like, I was fine with him. He's not like a favorite of mine or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could have did a little bit better, but within the next big villain they're going to see is going to show up. I think within this next episode, which is going to be the main villain of this arc.
Okay.
What about you? You got a favorite villain?
Yeah. To be honest, I really I kind of wanted to see a bit of a turn and like an anti-hero turn for Yuta, especially towards the end, because he was getting super serious. Like you couldn't beforehand, he was nervous. He didn't even want to be there. He's just trying to get rid of it. Not really, he's like the actual cursed user. But I
Yeah,
wanted to see turn anti-hero for a brief second and like brutally go to town on old dude. But don't get me wrong, the fight scene was dope. He was giving that man everything he had. But I wanted to see a little bit of a he could have broke there. He could have broke there. He could have been a bad guy for a second. I wanted to see a little
yeah,
bit of that. So I, for me personally, I don't have like a really big villain in that. I thought there were a bunch of underutilized characters. Like I thought
hmm,
most of the characters didn't get their shine for how long that this episode was, and I really wanted to see that.
yeah,
On the contrast, getting to see Panda young, get to see that big three right there young,
yeah,
and like as first years, that was pretty good.
yeah.
That was
Because like they're all young and they're not experienced or anything. Like, they're still learning.
yeah.
So
I want. It's funny that Gojo takes because Gojo's like a what? He's not a fifth year. He's like a what's his title? I guess.
uh, I mean, technically, I guess he's just a teacher, but yeah, what is his title? I think he's just considered a teacher, but obviously, like, he's outside the spectrum of the school as well.
Right, right. And funny. It's funny that he takes on all these first years and he gets all the OP'd first years. Like every first
Right.
year he had from between season one and this throwback season, everybody's just super powerful. Like
Yeah. Which, I
that's
mean, without spoiling anything, he does show his reasons why he's doing it, but that's going to be later on down the line.
oh, okay. Another thing to keep. Man, I got all these notes now.
I
Things to
know.
watch.
So, what are you kind of hoping for season 2? Like, just in all of it, what are you kind of hoping for?
I'm kind of so if all the characters from this first episode are going to continue to be in there, I want to see Yuta manifest his special ability now that he's a swordsman, and I want to see the utilization of the I'm just going to call them a big three of the
Yeah.
first year between Panda. and let's see what's her name.
Maki, Panda
Yeah,
Maki, and
I want to see that big three
Inuyumaki.
show up and show out, because in the first season we got to see Yuji Tadori, Megumi, we got to see Rico. They they all held their own so well that they got the entire fan base behind them. So I'm hoping that this throwback season we get to see that big three, a main part of their episodes as well. I know it's gonna be Gojo centered. I know you got all the answers. That's kind of like, oh, like, I'm trying to see some more Panda kick some ass. I'm saying, like, that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Well, I can tell you that this season is going to be amazing. This first arc, this flashback arc is going to be good. It's good, but the next arc that they're going to discuss afterwards is going to blow you away. And I believe in Studio Mappa, they're going to animate this certain portion of the season is going to look amazing. So I am looking forward to that.
Love that. Real quick, what has been your favorite ability, period, throughout this entire thing? And I know you read the manga, so you say something from later on.
I think one character, it's a spoiler, but I mean, I'll just say what he can do. There is a character later on who we see, he has a gambling ability. So basically, the lower his health becomes, he can like essentially pull out like a slot machine, and it gambles. You can physically see it gambling, and he can either get super powerful, a huge power up, he become invincible for so many minutes, or he can lose his life. So it's like he's like gambling with his ability every single time. And I'm really excited to see that happen. But if I had to go from all the characters we've seen so far, honestly, Kirigiri, like her resonance straw doll, I really enjoyed that. That's really nice.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed seeing that.
Chop a limb off of somebody, then I'll use it as a stick pin plus toy.
Right.
Hey, he got away. No, he didn't. Give me a second.
Right. What's your favorite movie of Power Set you've seen so far?
So I like, because I watch so much magic based anime, I love a good hand to hand combat. So Itadori, when he does I think it's Black Flash.
Yeah, the Black Flash.
Get your cursed energy to a millisecond before impact. Yeah. That, because it's like, it just reminds me of like a Vine or TikTok or something I saw earlier where it's like, fight back, let him go.
Oh yeah, that.
Whenever you see fists flying like that, oh yeah, that's my favorite there.
Yeah, and also that I also like some reason I'm blanking on his name, but he always talks about overtime.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why I'm blanking on his name.
The dude with the tie.
Yeah, so he basically has the rule of seventh or something like that. Like he can cut you down to like 3/7 or something like that from whatever part of the body he targets. Yeah, I really enjoy that too. And I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, which is crazy.
Kento Namani.
Yeah,
Kento Nanami.
Yeah, and I love him and Gojo's relationship as well. Like,
well, he got the most swag. That man is swag.
That boy dripped out. I will say, so last year for Comic-Con, I was trying to dress up as him, and I couldn't find myself buying a suit that color just to dress up. But yeah, I really wanted to dress up like him. I ended up wearing his Gojo instead, though.
That's clean. Did you wear the eye wrap?
Yeah, I did for a little bit, just because I wasn't able to see all the time. But I ended up getting his black glasses, which we see him in this season with.
Yep.
Yeah, I was rocking the black glasses most of the time, though.
We love an iconic anime look.
Yeah. So, David, I appreciate you for joining me on this episode. We will do a season finale, so I'm excited for it. I think this season is 24 episodes with a 3-week break in between, so we're gonna get a full season. So yeah, it'll be a while, but we will review this again.
Can't wait to do it again, man.
So, all right, we out.